All right, we're back. Producer Tom, way to keep me on target. I'm like, hey, that was all right. Well, we're ready to go. All right, here I am. I'm going to be quiet. Colleen, we talked during the break. Please let the listeners know what's happening. It was males and females.
It was males and females who called, which is always interesting because it's a lot harder typically for a man to pick up a phone and reach out for therapy in general, no matter what age. Last time I actually received several more phone calls from men than I did from women, which was surprising to me.
Yes, call on the phone. This is your opportunity. She's here in the studio. She's very busy during the day, so at least you get the airwaves. Do not say your name for HIPAA reasons. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Just say, hi, it's me. We'll know if you're a male or female right away by the voice. Except for maybe we're at the deli. All right, so 203-757-1320. If you don't call in, we're just going to continue to talk. All right, the singles seniors scene needs to happen. One idea I'm working on, and I've gotten the approval, is seniors, which is anyone over 55. We're supposed to say Medicare eligible beneficiaries, but I don't think I'm going to get in trouble for this because you know I'm looking out for you. I've had the show for over a year. So what I like is when I used to be single and I had money. I have no money now because I have a wife and twins and tons of employees. But when I could afford a $250 evening, I used to go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Fashion Gala, which was just a couple weeks ago. So, again, I was single. I lived in New Haven. I used to be somewhat good-looking, and it was an event for the pretty people. What we need is not an event for the pretty people. We just need an event for the people in general. I want to have a seniors dance or some kind of event where everyone gets dressed up, pays a fee of around $30 to $40. I have to keep it affordable, but we can't afford to go any cheaper because of the we're going to try to do a champagne fountain, and we're going to try to do some kind of possible transportation for the people that can't get in. So I'm working with Landjet, the bus company. My buddy Charlie Brady owns the company. So we would do a flat fee. What we're thinking of is having you go to your local senior center, get picked up there, brought to the event, and then brought home. For $30 to $40, it would be just hors d'oeuvres. I don't think we can serve a meal. But the concept would be something that the senior would want to get dressed up to do, go, be out and about. The papers would, of course, cover it. You'd be in the social moments, which, by the way, that was very nice of the Republican American to put me in the paper on Sunday, so thank you. I looked like a caveman. Anyway, so you could look forward to it. It would definitely be during the summer because I don't want it to conflict with bad weather. And just in general, seniors get nervous. There will be nothing sold there. It won't be a scam or a gimmick or some kind of product-pushing idea. It would be 100% for you. We would most likely start it a little late for you seniors, probably around 6 o'clock. I know you like the 4:30 senior citizen special, but it's got to be somewhat of an evening function. It would go from about 6 to 9, 6 to 9:30, and it would be a dance. I'm getting a lot of response at my seminars. People love the idea. It would be Greater Waterbury, so Middlebury would be included, Woodbury, Southbury, Prospect, Cheshire, Wolcott, Watertown, Oakville, which is the same area anyway, and, of course, Waterbury. I will have Colleen there. You're going to be, by the time this show syndicates, you're going to be like a sought-after person. All right, give someone who has anxiety and is having trouble meeting, give some tips how they can go about it.
Well, if you're having anxiety about meeting someone,
and you know you want to out there, so just listen up.
So the basic thing you could do for yourself, again, and I referenced this in the last time I was on, obviously, if you're not computer savvy, because in this day and age, that's the number one place people are going to meet people, but for a lot of older people, that's not the number one place to do. You need to go to places that you are comfortable going, And then taking that initial step to once you're there, I'll give you for an example, there's a gentleman who called in last time who karaokes. So
yeah, that's right.
So that gentleman, perhaps, he's comfortable in that environment. So that's a good thing for him to be in that environment. But perhaps while he's there, he does something a little different. So instead of going up to a woman, perhaps, and saying, "Can I buy you a drink?"
Which would lead to a no.
Right. Absolutely.
You can't do that with a woman. You have to open conversation.
Absolutely. So instead of the no thing, or even offering to buy her anything, you can go up to her and ask her perhaps a question about herself. And so there's no expectation about anything. Or asking her, would she be here next week? Or you could say, I will be here next week, or I'll be here Thursday night at the same time. I hope to see you here. And if perhaps that person shows again, then you inquire and perhaps have a longer conversation with that person. But I wouldn't put yourself in situations that you're uncomfortable with. You need to go to places where
I knew the phone would work. All right, caller on line 1. Michael Regan, Medicare and You. How can we help you?
Well, I'm the one that called in last time
baby.
about karaoke.
We've been looking for you. All right, let Colleen take over. You don't want to talk to me. You want to talk to the expert.
No, I want to talk to you.
All right, hit it.
All right, I just wanted to say I was down at City Hall Cafe and I told Jamie
how
you mentioned her name on the radio last week.
Of course.
And I told her, she said, oh, God, that was so nice. And I'm very comfortable wherever I go because I make myself feel comfortable around people and I try to make them feel comfortable.
All right.
And I love karaoke. I love to be around people. Now, as a matter of fact, this past Friday I was down at City Hall Cafe. And I was dancing with some women that were just sitting there. And I said, you want to dance? Yeah. They got up and danced, and I was dancing all over the place with them.
By the way,
good for you.
You should hear your voice compared to when you called in the first time. You got your mojo back, my friend.
Hey, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
I love listening to your show, even when you do Medicare and you help people. Just like one person you helped there with his Social Security and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, you have such a great show. And that girl, Colleen, there.
Oh, she's a lovely woman.
Let me say, I don't look at the flesh, I look at the heart. Because, you know, like you say, you don't go up to a woman and say, can I buy you lunch, or I can do this or do that. And I always try to make conversation, whether it's the guys or girls there.
Right.
And then they start talking to me and letting their heart out.
There you go.
You know, but I just wanted to say, I want to thank you so much, and I'm still looking for that person for the tranquil years.
All right, now the key is you got to go slowly.
Oh, yes.
First of all, you're a gentleman because I remember speaking to you the first time.
Yes, he is.
Go slowly. Just say, hey, you look pretty today. Or if that's a little too aggressive, you look nice today.
That's
you
right.
know, if they think you're hitting on them, then they immediately put their guard up. But the best way to do it is disarm them with a smile.
Oh, yeah.
Always, always, always be a gentleman first. Hold the door. And I even, when I hold the door, say that's my job. Like, as a man, you're supposed to hold the door. I still hold the door for my wife. When we're going somewhere, I'll go get her door and open it. Before.
Well, you gotta make it always brand new, like you're flirting with her, even if you're married.
Oh, I flirt with her every day.
That's
Good
what
advice.
I'm saying. You gotta make it new all the time.
Sorry,
Because
so
otherwise
fill
it
us in
becomes-
on your life. What have you been doing out there since we spoke to you?
Well, like
being
I said, I've been
proactive?
going down to City Hall Cafe, and I go down to the Marquee near the Palace Theater, and they have karaoke down there, and I go down and talk to the people, and I get along with everybody, no matter who it is, and everybody comes over to me, have a drink, have a beer, have whatever you want. And I said,
But just don't have too many.
No.
right.
You always got to keep your nose above the line.
Oh, yeah. Nobody likes someone that slurs their words. A gentleman never, ever gets too much. You always, because first of all, it's your job to drive home and to drive
Amen.
her home if she's had too many. And you know, you just got to keep in control. Women love a gentleman that's always in control. My wife says that. She's like,
like Brooke Benton says,
your
women
limits.
love tender, loving care.
Well, you should have heard the ladies talking to us during lunch. They're like, we are looking for someone. It's so hard. We don't know where to meet them. And how young are you?
I'm over 40 and next to death.
All right, well, I'm just saying, the particular age bracket that's listening to my show, I don't know why, but they sometimes just want companionship. They might not necessarily want to make love. I'm only
Hey, there's
42.
nothing wrong with that.
Right, but that's if the fact that you're open for that and you're easygoing with that attitude and you just want companionship too, that's half the battle, my friend.
I want the whole package.
Yeah, but that takes a little while. You got to earn their trust. You got.
Oh yes,
you know.
you don't buy love or affection. You earn it.
Yeah, no, you got. We were talking about you. It's good that you called in.
Hey, like Rodney Dangerfield would say, "Hey, I'll tell you, I finally get some respect here."
You got a pretty good.
That's a good
It was a pretty good impression there.
Take care now.
All right. God bless. Good to see you, my
God
friend.
bless you and
Appreciate
keep up the good work.
I'm
You
gonna.
too, Colleen.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. No names for HIPAA. 203-757-1320 there. Let us know that we're helping you out there. Good job. All right. I have to talk about something that happened today at the office. I want you to call in for Colleen P. O'Neill, Masters of Social Work and Masters of Education. She's a therapist out of Westport Family Therapy. To reach her, if you don't want to call in the show, it's 203-232-5102. And that, I believe, is your cell phone.
That's correct.
Yes, this is for professional reasons. 203-232-5102. It's none of our business what Colleen does on her own private time. Okay, I had a woman come in today, and I'm going to change the scenario not to affect anybody, but I've got to tell you this. My friend, who's young in his 20s, was texting me all morning and like, well, you're not getting back to me, blah, blah, blah. People really don't realize what an insurance agent has to deal with on a regular basis. This gentleman or woman, whoever it is, comes into the office. She has cancer, okay? She needs to go to a hospital in New York City. Now, you seniors out there, you've listened to the show plenty. You have to know by now, after over a year of me talking, a Medicare Advantage, the reason it's zero premium is because you've given up Medicare. The government is paying up to $980 a month to the carrier, so they don't have to be on the hook for the 80%, and you've agreed to use the network of doctors. Well, that particular network of doctors is Connecticut only. So she is literally crying on my couch, and of course I'm going to help her because that's just the way I am. And whether it's a male or female, it doesn't matter, and I'm blurring the scenario not to affect anything. But she has cancer. She has a tumor in her nasal cavity. The doctor at the Smilo Clinic, Dr. So-and-so, I can't even say the doctor's name, Dr. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, for any of you people out there. All right, so anyway, Dr. Superman says you need to go to the best specialist in the country. They're going to go through your butt. They're going to go like three incisions, and it's at Columbia Presbyterian only that she can have this done at. So she has a Medicare Advantage plan, very restricted. It's an HMO, Connecticut only. We now need to have the doctor do a peer-to-peer, which means your physician at the Smilo Clinic in Yale, New Haven, has to get on the phone with whatever carrier. I can't even say the carrier's name. So-and-so carrier, one of my favorites, but it's a very large, good company, national, which is one of the reasons I sell nationally. If you ask me all the time, what about this carrier? You don't buy junk from me. You don't buy from a van on the green who parks there. We're working on getting that done off the green too. But I sell A-rated companies with track records. So we're going to do a peer-to-peer, and we're going to get a medical override for this person if we can't. And this person has to have surgery in Connecticut, or they will pay for it. It's an $80,000 surgery. That's not a small number you throw around. So we're going to go back to Medicare next week, but I had to describe the scenario to give you a wake-up call. I'm clearly not selling these carriers or these products just to make a commission. I need to sell the right product. Producer Tom, we have a second commercial break? All right, we're going to take our second commercial break. We're going to be back. And unlike ever, which I never do, I have to play one song because on Friday, May 18th, it'll be 3 years that my mom passed away, and I play her favorite song. I also will just, it's only one song. It's not going to kill the radio, but it's my show, so I might just play one song for her. See you in a few.